Hey folks, so day one of going through all these pallets. They arrived early, 5 days ago, 6 days ago. They were supposed to arrive yesterday. I'm glad it didn't because it rained all day. First bit of rain we've had in weeks. So yeah, here we go. We've got all to start sorting out. Now it's a bit of an experiment because obviously it's infinite. It's about 9 times more stuff than I had the other day to go through. So I've Ben, my brother-in-law, helping me, and based on what I've learnt the other day, we're going to do one pallet at a time, strip it down, get it all listed, working or non-working, and then restack it, labelled according to the pallet, because we've got no racking. So it's going to be, the pallet's going to be like A, B, C, D, and we're going to label the items A01, A02, A03, so we can bring it back out in its nice stacked form, and then as things sell, then we'll know exactly by the code on the actual listing where to find it, get it out, send it, sorted. But yeah, the big tell is going to be seeing how many we get done today, how long this lot is actually going to take to get listed. So once it's listed, as things sell, it's just a case of coming in, grabbing it off the shelf, off the pallet, bubble wrap it all up, and then send it off to the lucky owner. Yeah, so we'll see how that works. So we're trucking on through most of our checklist, a lot of which haven't had amazing success in pallet one. A lot of this stuff is definitely going to be sold for parts faulty. This coffee machine, I thought I'd look a bit rough, but it's actually cleaned up really well. Seems to be doing its decap thing. So if that works, that'll be sold as used, because it's definitely used. But yeah, a lot of this stuff. There was a couple of successes there, but a lot of that stuff like the microwave won't heat up. I mean, there's a few things that I'm not even entirely sure that it will sell as faulty, whether it's just worth anybody on the lookout for a microwave that doesn't heat up. So chances are that'll be listed and then, you know, eventually scrapped somewhere down the line. But yeah, but that said, we've one of the things that does take time is charging up the stuff and hoovers, and one thing that I have actually failed to learn from is getting the quantity of adapters from 2-pin European plugs to UK. So we're really restricted. I've got about 2, really restricted on what we can actually charge and test, which is really holding us up now. I've got 150 plugs coming from China, because what I was doing was going and buying them from a local store and shipping them with those plugs. But with the lockdown, that store was closed, so there's not a lot I can do with that. So right now we're having to make do, which is not great. We have a nicely brewed espresso. Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, so there we go. We have a fully working coffee machine after giving it a bit of a clean cycle. Then is on the Hoover still, on a Hoover charge. So yeah, we've got a couple of fully working now that is cleaned and charged and great. Like we found one that's got, when they get sent back with no charging and loads of stuff missing, it's really hard. Obviously it's probably been sent back faulty, so I understand that you wouldn't include stuff in it, but it's making our life a bit difficult. And then the decision has to come as whether we flip it with the bits that are missing, or whether we keep that as spares, because we've got other ones in the other pallets that we could potentially make up. I think I've just found the lens. What a discovery. Ben's all over it, look. A garment steamer. And this, absolutely brand new, just put some water in it. Well, it's a treat, it'll work out why that's flashing. Hopefully that's not any bad news, but I've got the instruction manual here that I'm working through. I can just see Ben ironing his dishcloths, drying towels.
You would love it. Everyone irons dishcloths. Yes, you do.
You can iron a tea towel.
Yeah, but now you don't need to iron them, you can just steam them.
You do iron a tea towel.
I bet you do, don't you?
Of course I do.
You iron pants and all, don't you?
Do you know what? That's one thing I don't.
Really?
Yeah, I do socks though.
So there you go, guys. first pallet done, condensed down to what you see here. They're not listed on eBay yet, but they're on all the photos are on my phone, and my Excel sheet is all filled out according to what these all status are, basically what they're working, brand new, faulty for spares, etc., or used, working. So they're all now on my Excel sheet, all palletized with my really simple stickering structure. So what have I put? I put A12, or for instance this one is A19, so I'll know that once it's listed on eBay and it sells, even if I don't write it in the description of the code, I'll look on the picture and the label's clearly displayed in the picture. I always check the pictures for the right boxes. So this is chirping away in Spanish, and then as soon as you take it off the charger, it says something about battery, I'm sure. As soon as you take it off the charger, it goes dead, no power. So you can see that there's a screw missing here, and the label's missing there. So chances are there's also a little bit of water damage there. So I don't know if that's just picked up a bit of water from the wet mopping that is missing from here actually, or whether or not it's got water damage, so you never know. So I'm going to pop it open to see actually if it's talking about the batteries, like maybe that's... No battery. These things are wicked. In fact, those rooms, they are dead simple, but probably one of the best actually sucking stuff up. But these Chicotech ones, I've got one at home as well, and I loved it. I had one of those at home until I sold it. I only sold it because there's only so many robot hoovers you can have. But in fact, it's quite good timing because the floor is a bit of a mess. It needs a good hoover. Do the floor in here. It's a good test for that, and then I'm just wrapping up on the final sort of, we shifted quite a few things. We've got a coffee machine. And it's incredible to see that you unbox it and you never really know what you're faced with as to what the sort of condition is. It's really deceptive. But this, shut the door, but this Chicotech espresso maker, which is pretty similar in design to a lot of the other ones that we've seen in various different makes. I don't know what Chicotech is, like a Spanish brand. Yeah, they've got the very, very similar parts, and they're like based on the same. In fact, when you use the remote control to activate them, they actually had the Chicotech one go and another brand one go at the same time. So I think they're kind of built. Oh no, there we go. It's the D-bots. Some of the earlier D-bots have got the same foundations as the Chicotech models. But it's a similar thing with these Chicotech espresso makers. Like that one here that just undid it and unwrapped it, and it's absolutely brand spanking new. I've just added water to give it a test to make sure it's getting hot and stuff. So let's just check this one, and this is probably the last thing I do today. Well, it heats up, so that's good. It's nice and warm. Let's get my testing cup. A little box of coffee test and stuff. They're quite lucrative. These coffee machines, these basic espresso machines go really well, sell really well. But some of the really expensive ones that we rattled through from the last one as well, they sell super well, and they're really expensive. Excuse my one-handedness. Yeah, so you never know what you're going to get, whether it's going to be brand new or... Yeah, it's bizarre. some of the stuff you get is just, you go, well, why has that been returned? So you go, okay, it's on. Let's press that maybe. So that's the steam thingy. So I just run them through their paces really. I don't put any, some of the big machines I do that grind the beans, I've got a lot of test beans to put through and I make a couple of espressos to make sure it's all working. But these ones take grinds, copy, already ground, put some water in the tank and just run it through its paces to make sure it's getting hot. Slightly brown water, it might have been used once before, but there's absolutely no sign of anything on it. You can see that I've tested and you've got watermarks on here already that I'll clean up. But if this wasn't working and you returned it, there's going to be some signs of use, even if it's just a stump, but there's nothing. I mean, you look at it, absolutely shiny. So some of these things really just confuse the hell out of me. But it's working, so I'll clean it up. Photo, box, pallet, list it. I'm Neil, that's the first day of unboxing this monstrous lorry load of pallets Amazon returns. If you like it, if you want to know more, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments, anything at all, just to say hello. I'll try and get back to everybody. It won't be hard because I've got about 2 viewers. Like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We're back in tomorrow to do some more unwrapping. We're only doing a couple of days a week at the moment due to the lockdown and having to be at home with family time and schooling and lockdown and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's quite tiring though. But yeah, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the bell for my next video. I'm Neil, thanks for watching.